I'm Rick Metz from Public TV. You know, the pig model was developed in the 1970s. It was codified into federal regulation for cable in 1984. The pig model builds on the model of nonprofit radio, which is a funding for big access to the local monopoly franchises of cable television. Hold on. Oh, hey, wait! Actually, that's boring. And we know that's boring, and I think that's the point that we're trying to make, is that unless we do something interesting with this station, it's not going to be successful. The purpose of the station is to educate, and in order to educate, there's got to be people watching the station. So here's our vision for education. Yes, there's going to be some direct educational programming, like what you're used to seeing on public access stations. But I think more exciting than that, what we're looking at is programming that students are involved in producing. They're involved in writing it and scripting it, they're involved in shooting it, they're involved in editing it, really all facets of production. And so let's put some interesting programming like local music, local film, local events, interactive community stuff, news, weather. There's really limitless of the types of programming that we can put on the station. Let's let the students dream about what they'd like to see on television, and let's involve them in that process. As far as to what's going to play on the station, I think we're open to that. We're eliciting ideas, but there are certain things that we feel are a staple that need to be on the station. And one of those things is a show that we produce that actually airs on regular television, I think, which speaks to the quality of production that we're shooting for. This is a show called You Rock Albuquerque that airs on the CW. It's a great community show. We use this to kind of highlight different things to do in the community, different nonprofits, that type of thing.
We are here at the Children's Medical Center at Presbyterian Hospital, ready to drop off some yummy cookies for the kids.
Doing nothing more than trying to share some joy with these kids up here. We've got cookies from Nestle, we've got Quick the Bunny here, and we've got a bunch of awesome kids who just needed some laughs and some happiness. So I'm really stoked to be a part of it.
So I think a good, community-centric show is one thing. There needs to be news. We'd really like to work with the journalism schools, either at the high school or college level. There needs to be a highlight of I would say sports, but I think a broader interpretation of that, just things that get kids out, off the video game console and doing things, whether that's playing sports or outdoors or whatever.
We are here for the Great Outlandish, which is basically roughly a 3-day event for the SCA, which is the Society of Creative Anachronism.
Ooh, and what is an anachronism, Jojo?
It's almost like a little subculture. Yeah, it's something very much out of its time, and where people are honoring arts of old.
That's called a melee.
Oh my God. This is like the medieval UFC. I love it.
Shh, you're making a fool out of yourself in front of the maiden, bro.
In front of the potty of port.
Local music show. There's lots of great local music here. Of all genres that people are unaware of, and we'd like to see that highlighted on the station. And then also local film, whether that's short film or longer format stuff.
What's up, everybody? This is Poppin' John, and I'll be your dance instructor. The first float is a simple walking in place float. I put my foot down, and as I'm bringing my heel to the ground, I pull my foot back.
At Abalone Studios, we started discussing how we could do particle animation for video games better. Artists require a significant amount of scientific training to understand this stuff. They may understand how to use Maya, but they haven't studied enough physics to understand where an explosion emanates from and what its core should look like and what wind velocity is going to do to blowing it in a certain direction, and no computer can just do all of that.
See, neither of them was stronger than the other. Both of them warriors, both of them brothers. They had stood eye to eye, toe to toe, but they no longer looked at the other as a foe, and that's where the story must end. Both having respect for their newfound friend, the wondrous tale of the poet and the wind.
We'd like to see those things definitely on the station, and I think that gives us a lot of interesting content to watch, and the production of those shows can engage, you know, a lot of students, you know, because there's a lot there to do. And then beyond that, there's all kinds of ideas that are outlined in the actual written RFP of show concepts. You know, any number of formulas that can be followed for other successful shows that are out there. So, no more boring content. Let's keep it interesting. Let's get people engaged. Let's get the students involved. And we'll see you.